Howdy, everybody. Welcome to Screenshot. This is our video game trivia podcast. I am your host, Tony, and joining me for this very special episode, I've got Ethan.
Oh, I am so ready for this episode.
We have been planning this one for a while. Um, it's a good way to get back into it. This is a game I never played.
Which is really surprising that you have never played this.
Considering how
Considering.
much I like the rest of the games in this franchise, yeah, I mean, you've seen it in you clicked on the video, you know what we're talking about. It's Super Mario RPG. It comes out this week. I have never played this game. This is going to be my first chance to play the game. Ethan is a big fan of this game.
Oh, such a big fan. I was geeking out over this game before it even came out in the States over here, and I think first time I got to play it was over in Tulsa.
Yeah.
Yeah, over at some mall around there. They had a place you go in and you pay to sit down and play a video game. Parents are like,
My
here's
first introduction with the franchise was Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. I went back and I played the first Paper Mario, but I have never gone back and played Super Mario RPG before. So this is going to be a very exciting release for me. I'm looking forward to this a lot.
It's gonna be so good. I'm looking forward to
So
just
we,
reliving the game.
yeah, and getting to hear my thoughts as a new player to the franchise compared to your thoughts to someone who's played this game probably numerous times.
Yeah, and I'd probably like the next time I play it in public, like I did at GDQ, I won't have someone asking if this is a randomizer every couple of hours each day, and it's the same guy by pure coincidence every time.
Yeah. So we have composed 15 questions based solely on Super Mario RPG in 3 rounds. We're going to get right into this right now, Ethan. The first round, uh, or this round we're calling Who Am I?
Okay.
And
You're
in this
Tony.
round, I'm going to give, that's true, but I am not the answer to any of the questions.
I've already
I am not
won.
a character.
Game over.
I'll give you that one. You can be the winner before the episode's even out, but if you really want to win and test your knowledge, you've got to answer the rest of the questions, not, you know, just identifying the host of the show.
I did write part of the question, so it's
That's true. You wrote the
I,
majority of the
I
question.
have an
Well,
unfair advantage, people.
that's true. You do know some of the answers.
Some
So
I
in
have the
this
list
round,
right here.
I'm going to give you 3 clues, and you'll have around 10 seconds after I give the 3 clues to guess the name of the character before we give you the answer. And the first character, the first clue is a yellow dog-like creature that has a big red tongue. He is encountered by Mario and the crew in the sewers and will eat almost anything. And later in the game, you visit a temple in his honor.
That's a tough one.
So, Ethan, what's the answer?
Well, that big red tongue was throwing me off, but he said he's a dog. But he eats almost anything, and he's got a temple, so it's gotta be. Can't be Yoshi. Yoshi's not a dog, unfortunately.
Nope.
Belome? I'm assuming. I'm assuming I'm saying his name correctly. All these
I,
years,
I
I
was
had no
saying
idea.
I was saying Bellamy in my head, but I don't know. Maybe when this game comes out, we'll actually get the answer. But yes,
I
Balome,
doubt it.
Bellamy.
Bellamy, there we go. New name.
So our second character has curly hair and diamonds on his head. He has tadpoles that help Mario give him inspiration to compose new songs, and he's named after a famous Russian composer. All right, Ethan, Who are we talking about?
We got to be talking about the guy that gives you all the cool jams, Todovsky.
That is the correct answer.
And again, I
Todosky.
really hope I'm saying these names right.
That one I think is pretty easy to do. Todosky, based off of Tchaikovsky, the only
Yes.
man to use cannons as a musical instrument.
And it's also really interesting spelling his name. It's Toad of Sky. So,
That's
yeah, it's cool.
true. It's true. All right. Our third character is an optional boss found in Monstro Town. He fights using elemental crystals of earth, fire, water, and wind, and appears as a purple demon with twisted red horns and wings.
Ooh, optional boss.
Who is it, Ethan?
None other than the matter, the antimatter, the time eater. I think he eats times, or he is time. Either way, he is Kulix. Kulix. Either way, he is a boss.
I'm a little sad that I had to make this question for the show because it spoiled a tiny little element that I would have flipped my lid over if I found this boss. And that's the boss, the music that plays when you fight him.
Oh my gosh.
Which is it's a remix of the Final Fantasy IV battle theme, which is my favorite Final Fantasy game.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
I hope that stays in the game, and that because Square's not doing the development of this, that they've had the music pulled out. I hope that sticks around because I'd love to hear this music in a Mario game.
Various things have already been confirmed, Tony, and I'm not going to confirm nor deny.
Okay, thank you. That'll be a nice little surprise for me when I get to that character. So,
It is kind of
all
neat
right,
seeing a Final Fantasy boss that's not from Final Fantasy in a game.
yeah,
And the best thing is, like Tony, you mentioned the music during the fight. When you beat him, you get Final Fantasy fanfare playing.
nice.
You get that da 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 da.
That's such a cool little touch in a game like this.
Yeah, it was completely missed on me. I didn't play Final Fantasy game until I think I played 7, probably 2 years after this game came out.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that on my part, but such a cool thing to know now.
yeah. All right, our fourth character lives in a tower with three snippets. His appearance resembles Wario or Sid from the Final Fantasy series, and he falls in love with and marries Valentina at the end of the game.
Oh my god, he really does resemble Wario or Sid. That, hmm, you have to be talking. You have to be talking about Booster.
That is correct. It is Booster.
I forgot about the Valentina thing at the end of the game.
I thought when I was making the question, I had originally thought he looked like I was calling him a fuzzy because he looks like his beard is just that,
Yes.
and his eyes are crazy. He looks like a fuzzy to me. But the more I looked at it, the more I thought, the Wario and the Sid uh, comparisons also work.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he's a Square Soft, not Square Enix design.
Yeah.
I
Oh, he
want
absolutely looks like a Square character.
he's definitely very interesting to encounter.
And then our last character of the round is not one character, but it's a group of them. A group of teenagers that wear differently colored clothes. They have their own battleship called Blade, and each member of the group have abilities that are similar or resemble the party accompanying Mario.
Oh, you got to be talking about the Power Rangers, right? You got Tommy,
I
you
mean,
got Kimberly, you got Wait, you can tell me I'm
They're
wrong?
heavily inspired by the Power Rangers, but it is not
Hmm.
the Power Rangers.
Hmm.
So who could it be?
Oh man, I don't know enough about Kamen Rider to guess that one. Uh, that. Nope, not Beetleborgs. Oh, Axum Rangers.
You are correct.
Oh, okay.
The Axum
Oh my
Rangers.
gosh, the whole silence there just had me panicking for a moment. It's like, did I get it wrong? I have the notes in front of
Nope.
me.
I hope you got it right because you got the answers.
I'm pretty
That
sure
would
I
be really bad
picked
if
the
you got
list here for you to do the list.
it. Yeah, you told me which five characters to do for that round, and so
I do
I hope you would know
apologize.
the
I
answer.
forgot that you had not played the game.
Yep, this is completely new. Looking up the research for this episode. So, all right, our next round, Ethan, is called "What Just Happened."
Well, we just answered questions
And
about who the characters are.
that is true, but that is
See, another
not what
point
is
right
going to
there.
happen.
All top score all time.
You're on a roll. You're gonna have the score record for screenshot by the end of the episode.
I have to do it all over again. I'm going for world record.
All right, it's gonna be a tough goal to achieve, but I think you can do it. Now, in this round, we're gonna show you a short clip from the game, and we're gonna ask you a question about that clip, and you're gonna have to answer it.
Okay,
So
hit me.
here's the first clip. And the question for you is, what color were the spots on the head of the first toad that Mario talked to?
You ever wonder if that's their head or their hair
Or a hat?
or a hat?
I know in the Super Mario Brothers Super Show, Toad used it as a parachute at least once.
Doesn't he use as a parachute in Super Mario Wonder?
Yes, I believe so.
Well,
Believe so. But what is
well,
the
well,
correct? What's the correct answer?
well, before that, what color are the spots on that toad's head in Mario Wonder?
Uh, there are. I think it's a blue toad and a yellow toad in that game.
Hmm. 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 If you had to pick between blue and yellow, which one would you pick?
I'd go blue.
Blue? Okay.
Blue.
Okay, I think blue's a safe bet for that toad's head in Super Mario RPG, actually, in the clip you just saw.
You're right. The correct answer is blue. The spots on his head are blue. And here is our next clip. And your question for that is, what gesture does Mario make when he goes down the pipe? I think it's become a pretty common gesture for Mario to make throughout his history.
Yeah, you definitely saw it a lot in, I think, Super Mario 64.
And Super Mario World as well.
Oh, snap. Tony
So,
video game dropping on me here.
what is the correct answer?
The correct answer is peace.
He is making the very famous peace symbol. You are correct.
Or it could be a V for victory.
And also true, because he does flash that at the end of all of the levels in Super Mario World, so that could be his, yeah, I've just won. I'm the coolest symbol.
I am the supreme ruler, victory over everyone.
And here is your third clip. And your question for that clip: how many plants are fully seen in the first screen that Mario travels across?
Plant. Fully seen plant. A
I
number.
want, and the answer is how many of them are do you see the complete plant for, not just a little, twig or a little stem. I want the full plant. How many?
Do
What's the answer?
the spiky, spiny creatures count as plants?
They do not. They have legs and they breathe. They can move on their own. These are not the piranha plants from Mario Wonder, so they don't count. These plants cannot move.
Does the the god in the cloud count?
That's a turtle, not a
Okay,
plant.
darn. Five.
Five is the correct answer.
Okay, now four.
You do
Three,
no, not four.
five, six.
You're going the wrong way. Five.
Okay,
Five is the correct answer. You do see a little bit of a couple others, but you don't fully see those. There are seven in total, I think, that you see on that screen, but five are fully seen. And here's your fourth clip. And your question for that clip is: what enemy floats on the screen using a parachute?
well, it can't be Mario. He doesn't have a use for a parachute.
He does not.
We see him use a
He
cape,
walks
and he's like
everywhere.
really good with it. But in this game, he doesn't have a cape. Well, technically, there's a cape you can equip, but it's not. Anyway. Before I go further off memory lane here, sniff it.
Nifit is the correct answer.
Yes.
And then here is your fifth clip. And your question for that is: what was it that the first little star that Mario talks to excited to start?
Yeah, it's gonna be really awkward. Like, we need to make sure no one's rewinding and getting the answers here.
Hey, if they want to do that, they can do that. We're on the honor system here. We're not winning any prizes for this. This is all just bragging rights.
Yeah, we're a real family-friendly show. Family. That's the hint or the answer. Yes.
That is the correct answer is family. He wants to start a little star family. It's adorable.
Oh, it's not the act. God, I keep forgetting Tony's never played this game, so he thinks the little star wants to start a family. That's adorable. That's not the truth.
If that's a spoiler, don't go any further.
I can't say anything more. But I've wrecked your hopes and dreams that the star is starting a family.
Oh, great.
He's going to
So
devour a
sad.
family instead.
Oh, that took a turn. The last round that we're going to do is probably my favorite round ever. We always do this in every show. Usually the lead, this time we put it at the end. We're doing the music round. So what you're going to hear is five pieces of music. They're going to play for about 15 or 20 seconds, and then I'm going to flash the name of the song on the screen. So here you go. Ethan, 5 pieces of music playing right now.
Hit me.
And there's that.
Such
So
good
there you go.
music.
That is the music round, Ethan. I am not very familiar with all of those, but I might have heard a couple of those. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the remixes are going to sound like. Because if it's anything like Nintendo has done in the past, they're going to take these songs and they're just going to amp them up and ramp them up, and they're going to be great. And they're going to sound amazing on the Switch.
Oh, they better. And even if they don't, they could have thrown in the original music. I would have been perfectly happy.
I would not be surprised if maybe they do something like some other companies have done, and they give you both, and you can pick and choose which version of the soundtrack you want to
I
listen to.
I want to say that's actually an option, but I don't have any way to back up what I'm saying here. So
I'll be playing it this weekend and diving deep into Super Mario RPG for the first time.
it
I'm
comes out
very
on the
excited.
17th.
17th, I thought it was the 20th.
No, it
I
comes out
guess I got my
Friday.
dates wrong. Okay, so we're talking about the show will be out on the 16th, and then the game will be out on the 17th.
Comes out the same day Grand
So,
Poo World 3 comes out.
and who's going to be playing that when they got Mario RPG to play? And to anybody who's listening to or watching the show, put your favorite Super Mario RPG moments, thoughts in the comments. We want to hear what you guys think about the game. Try not to spoil it for people, but have fun talking about it. And that's going to be the show. So thank you very much, Ethan, for being here and helping write these questions.
Thank you for letting me finally get us another episode recorded because I really wanted this to be a thing.
Yes, I am very excited about this. So thank you, everybody, for joining us.